Ladies and gents, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, welcome. Also, sorry that this is your first interaction with my channel, but this is going to be a bit more of a chill video today because this is a rabbit hole, okay? This whole thing, as you can probably tell from the title and the thumbnail, is an absolute rabbit hole that has unfolded, and it's something that I definitely need to address, as most of you probably don't know what's going on. Today's video is going to be the prime example of the Streisand effect. I'm sure most of you have probably heard of it, but many of you may not know what it actually is. Essentially, the best example of the Streisand effect is where there's something you don't want people to know about, and in an attempt to hide that information, you actually end up publicising it way more than the person who originally publicised it. And of course, I'm talking about the video I made last week on the game Magic 2 Master by a game company called Lanatus. Now, I very much scratched the surface on that video. I didn't dive too much into it. This was more of a face value look at the Kickstarter. As a company that were trying to hide something, they didn't like that I'd mentioned their game at all because of the nature of my channel, right? So they launched a DMCA strike against that video, taking it down and leaving me with 1 out of 3 strikes on my channel, claiming that they own the video. That is what a DMCA strike is. It's a Digital Millennium Copyright Act, I believe it stands for, and it's to protect somebody's digital work, which, as I say, they claimed was theirs. Which is really odd because my face was on the entire video, it was my video, and everyone who saw it knew it was my video. But then this led to a question. Why have they copyright struck a video that didn't really say much negative other than pointing out a few red flags? Are they hiding something else? And of course, the answer was yes, they were hiding a hell of a lot. And this is a rabbit hole that just opened up beneath my feet and swallowed me whole. Because after the DMCA strike, I started looking into this a bit more seriously and really digging into, you know, every nook and cranny on the internet, every dead forum website, every modding site. Yeah, we even involve modding sites in this. So sit down, relax, grab yourself a beverage, and I will tell you the story of a MMO private server that went rogue, got sued for over $500,000, and then tried to do the same again. There is a lot of context in this, so I will be bouncing back and forth in the timeline of this, but trust me, it gets juicy. So this story begins at the beginning. On the 7th of June, I received an email that went straight to my spam inbox. This is also on the same day that I am travelling down to the south of England for a 5-day holiday. So yeah, got sent an email that I'm not going to read anyway because I'm on holiday, and not to mention that it's not even in my primary inbox, it went to spam. So let's take a look at what this is. Lanatus Legal, disclaimer, infringement of trade rights. Don't know what that means because I didn't infringe any trade rights. Hello, Mr. Callum. My name is Fenyo. We're just going to call him Fen. I am writing on behalf of my employer, Lanatus LLC. I am writing to address a serious matter concerning the infringement of the rights of Idea Fabrique PLC, Lanatus LLC, and their affiliated trademark Hero Engine in your recent video. This article is a legal warning regarding the lawsuit that has already been filed and/or will be filed against you, and I request that you read it carefully. And read it carefully I did. Your video has flagrantly caused significant and irreparable commercial harm to our legitimate companies under the false pretense of a Kickstarter scam. Furthermore, your baseless and unfounded comments about our campaign have put us, our companies, our trademark, and our campaign in an extremely challenging position. These comments lack any factual or reasonable basis. Prior to sending this communication, we are providing you with prior notice in accordance with the right granted under the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR. Our company/entities have downloaded your video, archived it, and prepared it for submission to the Boulder County State Attorney's Office without any additions, deletions, or edits. Now, I will address this letter by breaking it down into several sections to ensure clarity and comprehensiveness. So this is where it gets weird, because in this, they're asking me to take the video down, as you will see further in this email. But the basis on which they are asking me to take it down is because they got their feels hurt. Like, pretty much that's how they word it. You hurt our feels, and you didn't cover this, this, and this, which we never actually put in the Kickstarter anyway, so how could I have covered it if that's information that they're withholding? But that's the reason that they wanted the video down. So this is the reason that they filed a copyright strike, where, by the way, in doing so, they entered into a legal binding with me and YouTube that they own my video. The one with my face in it that I made. And provably, I did make. You all know I did. So let's continue, because this gets weirder. Okay, first things first. Misrepresentation of facts. The individuals who contacted you from Bulgaria and encouraged you to publish this content without verifying its authenticity are involved in concealing a genuine fraudulent activity. It is highly concerning that you would cause severe damage to a commercial company/entity without verifying the credibility and authenticity of the matter. No individual or individuals from Bulgaria contacted me about this game. This is one of those statements that I really don't understand, because I feel like they have taken two separate things from my previous video and smashed them together. In my last video, I said that I had been in Bulgaria filming a documentary in a game studio, and while I was over there, a subscriber that I bumped into said, "Hey, have you seen this? You should check this out." So no company has asked me to make this video or told me to make this video. It's really bizarre that that is what you would take away from my previous video, because that is not the case. It's a bit strange. Infringement of intellectual property rights. Your video infringes upon the trade rights of Idea Fabric, PLC, Lanatus, and Hero Engine, Hero Cloud, all of that. The unauthorized use of our trademark and the dissemination of false information regarding our campaign have caused significant harm to our reputation and business interests. I don't know what to say here. There's no way that in the course of 3 hours, or however long, that this had caused any damage to your brand or your reputation, which, by the way, I later found out your reputation was absolutely down in the ditches. So no, that doesn't really hold any water either. How would you even have time to assess if any damage had been done? Like, you've got no income, which again, we'll find out later, Streisand effect and all that there was more to uncover. Okay, the next one, this one I love, defamation and slander. Your baseless and unfounded comments in the video can be construed as defamatory and slanderous, as they damage the reputation and goodwill of our company/entities. We consider these statements to be libelous and deliberate attempts to harm our commercial interests. Right. I never actually made any statements in said video. I actually gave my opinion. And this is where it really shows that this company don't understand anything about free speech, about fair use, or any of that. Because me giving my opinion and saying that something feels really off with this is me giving an opinion, not making a statement of, this is a scam. At no point did I ever say it was. In fact, I actually gave you benefit of the doubt at the start of my video by saying, not all Kickstarter MMOs are an egregious scam. However, this one has red flags. That's what I said. So I actually went really easy on you. But yeah, you tried to sweep all this information in this video under the rug, which is odd, because why would you want to do that if I was being quite generous towards you? Legal consequences, the best bit. We want to make it explicitly clear that we will pursue all legal avenues available to us to protect our trade rights and seek appropriate compensation for the damages inflicted upon our companies/entities. This may include the filing of a lawsuit against you, seeking an injunction to remove the video, and claiming damages from the harm caused. So, considering that this is just a legal thing that's stating that I'm lying about them, they then move on to address concerns in my video, which is really odd for a lawyer to be doing. Why did we set a goal pledge of 25,000 in the Kickstarter campaign instead of 500,000 or 1 million? Our game is fully prepared for release, so why are you running a Kickstarter? You've directly contradicted what you said in your Kickstarter. You are expecting me to have had prior knowledge of this information that you have only just given me that contradicts what you said in your Kickstarter. Do you want me to be a fucking clairvoyant or something? You can't criticize someone's opinion that was based off the information you provided them. That makes no sense. That's not how that works. Our team consists of 14 individuals, whom are all volunteers, who are not motivated by financial gain. So why do you need any of this money to pay them? Because you said you're paying them with development costs. But then you're also saying that there is no development and that you don't need money for development. So there's kind of 4 lies there, all just interwoven and crossed. I mean, in this video, I'm probably going to put a lie/accident counter in the top corner of this video, counting up all of the mistakes and lies that Lanatus have made, and because it's one of these things. One lie or mistake, sure, oh, whatever. 2, bit of a coincidence, bit unusual, but can happen. More than that, within the same kind of time frame and span, yeah, this is getting a bit weird now. It's getting to the point where I'm having to use my toes to start counting them as well. Our formal request for financial assistance is directed towards the publication of an existing game. Now, the wording there is really interesting. Of an existing game. Not of our existing game. Of a existing game. And then in that same sentence, there's something really weird. The server architecture required for our games released costs approximately $105,000, as clearly stated on our campaign page. No, you said that the game required $25,000 to release. You previously mentioned in this email that it requires nothing to be released because you don't need money because there's no financial incentive. But now you're doubling down and saying it now requires $105,000 for the infrastructure of said game that's already completed. So what is it? Is it completed? Is it not? Does your team need money? Do they not? Do they need 25,000? Do they need 100,000? Is it 500,000? What do you need? Because if I can't work this out from you directly telling me, how is anyone else supposed to? And then, of course, there's the strong arming in here where they are saying that they request that I remove that video. That I outright remove it. That, they'll go tell daddy to put me in jail or something. I don't know. But they also in this email say, moreover, it seems you have overlooked the fact that we, the official COO of Idea Fabric PLC, and this is where it gets insane. So they claim they own Idea Fabric and Hero Engine. This will unfold into an even bigger rabbit hole later in the video. Fucking strap yourself in. That's all I can say. So 2 days later, on the 9th of June, I receive an email from YouTube. Hi, Callum Upton. Due to a copyright takedown notice that we received, we had to take down your videos from YouTube. Video, 10k for a sword, wild Kickstarter MMO scam, ? And the question mark in that video title is legitimate. It's me asking you guys, do you think this is a scam? Because I can't make heads or tails of it. Well, I've now made heads and tails of it. Takedown issued by Lanatus LLC. This means that your video can no longer be played on YouTube. You now have 1 copyright strike. If you get multiple copyright strikes, we'll have to disable your account. So fantastic. I received this at 11 minutes past 1 in the morning, just as I'd woken up in this lovely, cute hut that is down on the south coast of England, where I was having my first proper day of the holiday. Thank you for that, guys. You ruined my holiday. Shortly after news of this copyright strike had been announced and it had, gone public at this point, it was on some forums to do with MMOs, all that sort of stuff. Sid Alpha, another fantastic YouTuber who you should definitely go and sub to, their content's fantastic. They made a video covering this because they'd asked me for a offline copy of the video so that they could look through it and see what was going on, like why they'd taken it down. So at this moment, I was actually already uploading it to Twitter, the entire video, so that people could watch it and that it couldn't be taken down. If there was something they wanted hiding in that video, I was going to make sure it was incredibly public. So I uploaded the video, Sid had a look through it, and he made his own video covering the dirty devs of Master to Metin, or Metin to Master Magic, the Magic Gathering. Trust me, the reason the title of this is confusing to me will be very apparent in a second, when I address the further going-ons here. Magic to Master was covered by Sid Alpha, and it helped rally the troops, essentially. And because of both mine and Sid Alpha's video, Gameforge actually took notice of this. Now, you might be thinking, who's Gameforge? Gameforge is the company that released Metin 2. They are the publishers. And you might be thinking, Metin 2? I know that game. Why are they getting involved? Well, it's fantastic, this story, as it really is, because Master to Magic was originally a private server of a game called Metin 2. Yes, the same one that Mr. Mug made a video of. Mr. British Mug, Josh Strife Hayes. Christ, where do we go from here? So, it's a private server of an MMO that already exists. However, Magic to Masters was originally called Metin to Meister. They admit that they were the owners of that and now own this one. So, from my research and from screenshots from Twitter and Discord and messages that were sent by the developers admit to running a private server of a Gameforge published game, Metin 2, that they called Metin 2 Meister, that they then apparently got sued by Gameforge for running, fucking obviously, you're running a private server, for $600,000. Now, that figure is in their own words. Now, I can't help but notice that Tayfan, the CEO of Lanatus Games, or Lanatus LLC, posted on LinkedIn a year or two ago looking for $600,000 in investment for his new MMO, Magic 2 Master. Isn't it coincidental? I mean, call me stupid for putting 2 and 2 together and getting 69, but don't you think that a company that has just allegedly been sued for $600,000, who is now asking for $600,000 in investment to make the game, which they are now saying they don't need any money to make, do you not find it weird at all that they're trying to raise money to pay off debts that they can't pay off? I don't tend to call myself a mathematician, but you know what? It adds up. Also, you might be thinking, why am I posting a screenshot from someone called Root? Well, Root is actually Tayfan, who goes by the name Typhoon on some socials. I've heard people refer to Tayfan as Typhoon, and here's the best bit. I'm going to show you in a bit the evidence that links Tayfan to Root / Cloudy, because Root changed their name to Cloudy. This whole thing's a mess. And I'm going to tell you this now as an opinion of my own, not a fact, an opinion. Every single person who is in a power of position in that Discord is the same individual. Because I've had ongoing conversations with 4 people at a time, and only one responds and is typing at any given time with the same spelling mistakes, the same grammatical mistakes. This is whack. This is pure whack. So yeah, they allegedly get sued by Gameforge for $600K. And by the way, their Discord doesn't allow you to type the words Metin 2 or Gameforge in their chat. Isn't that a bit suspect? But anyway, let's go on to further things, because after my video launched, someone pointed me in the direction of a massively OP article that was massively OP covering Magic 2 Master. Now, this had got buried in the search results for me. I hadn't seen this when I was making the video, but when it was linked to me, my god, this gets even better. Magic 2 Master on their own Kickstarter put testimonial reviews of their game from 7 major MMO companies, from MMO Bomb, Massively OP, they're on screen right now for you. All these different companies, not a single one had reviewed it. They were all fake. They then went on to blame a random Nigerian Fiverr worker for faking the reviews, and we didn't catch it in our review. When we looked at the finished work from this Nigerian Fiverr worker, who we can't find the name of anymore, or the job that we paid them to do on Fiverr, we missed it. We didn't see that they'd faked testimonials from 7 MMO sites. Who are you trying to fool? The lie counter is just stacking up. And then, not only did you not just, you couldn't just apologise to these sites for lying, because the onus is on you to spot those fake reviews and remove them, whether you did them or not. Whether your Fiverr work from Nigeria did it or you, the onus is on you to look at that and go, yeah, that should be taken out. But no, instead you double down and gaslight the MMO outlets for you posting a fake review and then pointing it out. You gaslit them for pointing out that you had written a fake review on behalf of their company. And you think that's normal? This is absolutely... this is madness. Reading through all of these things, my brain has melted. I've seen stupidity, but this is far beyond stupidity. And oh boy, did they have their comeuppance. Because at the time of recording this, Gameforge have copyrighted their Kickstarter, which is now gone, their entire YouTube channel offline, because Gameforge copyrighted all the video trailers because it's their fucking game. Like, you can look at the Metin 2 gameplay side by side with Metin 2 Meister and now Metin to Master, or what is it, Magic to Master? You can look at all of them side by side and they're all Metin 2. And that doesn't even touch on the fact that the Metin 2... fuck me, this is... Jesus Christ, this is getting hard to keep track of the names. The Magic 2 Master trailer that was on their Kickstarter, which is now gone, but I'll have a video on screen from the previous video, includes footage of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson screenshotted and slapped over a model of the Scorpion King from The Mummy 2, which they definitely don't own copyrights to. What is going on? How can you sit here as a legitimate company, in your own words, and say, oh, everything's above board? No, it's not. And I'm about to hit you with the absolute return to sender here, because you published a video, Root, who is Tayfan, who is Cloudy, also, by the way, who is also Deus, the CEO of... Christ, let's go back. They're all the same person. Published a video where they were trying to prove that they were legitimate, but in the act of doing so, they revealed that they have something called the... Let me check what the name of this was. The Flieger files, version 3 of the Flieger files, which, if you Google that, are the private files for the private server of Metin 2. And it's in their development build of Magic to Master and Magic 2 Metin Meister. You've literally outed yourself as having and owning the files to run a private server of Metin 2, the game you are currently in a lawsuit with after already losing one to them in the past. Are you insane? There are numerous references in those files as you flick through. If you slow them down, I'll underline them in the video, to Metin 2. The game that you are posting this video to prove that you are not ripping off Metin 2. And then at the very end, you type in the search bar, I am Typhoon, also known as Tayfan, while your Discord is in the corner of the account Root. You've outed yourself. You've been caught lying numerous times. There is no one believing anything you say. And anything you come out with after this saying, oh, Gameforge are being corrupt. No, they're not, because one of their representatives and their PR team have reached out to me as, like, right now, as of about 20 minutes ago, which will probably be an entire video in and of itself. Ladies and gents, like I say, this is the definition of the Streisand effect. If they had have just kept their mouth quiet and not bothered trying to copyright strike a legitimate video and claim that it's their own, they'd have probably gotten away with this and it would have gone under the radar. But now, because they copyright striked a video that didn't really say anything negative about them, it's drawn all eyes to them, Streisand effect, and it's resulted in the people who previously sued them now copyright striking all of their stuff. Bravo! Well done, guys. Okay, now I almost forgot to mention this in the video. I got a reply. Well, I say reply. I got a message from Deus, who is Tayfan, who is Lanatus LLC, and all the other things. He's everyone, pretty much. Hi, Callum. I just wanted to let you know that we've emailed YouTube's copyright team as well as responded to the original request, stating in both that we retract our claim and would like your video to be reinstated. I'm sure you would. I'm sure this is out of the kindness of your own heart. I'm incredibly sorry about the situation that has occurred and regret any and all of the actions that were taken against you. I had been given bad advice by people in my company that resulted in a lot of incredibly bad decisions that ultimately resulted in the spurious and false DMCA claim we made against you. There we go. Completed mission that this was a fake, false, and spurious DMCA claim from the people that made the DMCA claim. Brilliant. We're getting somewhere. I would love to see the original video up and viewable again, and I am looking forward to the follow-up video you are doing, as I feel it will be great to invite discussion about the game and our company into an open, transparent manner. Oh boy, I don't know how to tell you this. You won't enjoy it, and you shouldn't be looking forward to it. I'm going to be honest, guys, this entire thing's a mess. There is nothing here of any substance from these guys. Claiming that they are not a Metin 2 private server, despite having blatant evidence that they are. Saying that we've not been sued by Gameforge, and then posting elsewhere that they have. And trying to raise the exact amount of money that they said they were sued for. Wow, this is getting weird now. There have been so many lies told here that I don't believe a word that comes out their mouth, because literally anything that a 2-year-old writes on a napkin and sticks on a fridge is more valid right now than whatever you've said. And like, that's knocked you down a few pegs. It's like the boy who cried wolf. You've told so many lies that even the things that may be credible but a bit wishy-washy, they're not credible anymore. That you've got nothing to back up the things you say. Yeah, that's this entire video. And don't even get me started on the fact that there's a big conspiracy. Because, by the way, 3 different people have come and contacted me claiming ownership of the Hero Engine and Fabrica LLC. How? How do 3 different people have a valid claim to this, which, by the way, is currently being decided in court and some sort of litigation at the moment? Madness, if you ask me. I don't give a shit who owns any of these companies, like, at all. Because none of it, either way, looks good for Lanatus. Because let's say Lanatus, they're claiming they own Fabrique and Hero Engine. Let's say they do. Great. They've posted false testimonials from their own company about their own company. Boom. Mind blown. On the other side of it, they've lied. They've straight up lied about what companies they own and do not own. So you've lied and been deceptive either way. None of the outcomes favour you. And the best bit is, the other companies have privately contacted me, or the other participants in the ownership of these companies have privately contacted me off the record with proof that is going to be issued in court very soon, that Lanatus will very quickly see, but not right now, that they own the company. And to be honest, out of all 3 of them, I believe the other 2 over Lanatus, because there's proof there. Now, obviously, I don't expect you to believe me, because I can't show you the stuff as they've asked me to keep it private, but I believe them. The proof they've provided is far more than Lanatus have provided. And that's why there's a current legal battle over who owns the goddamn engine. It's madness. And then, on top of all of this, and by the way, guys, this is like, let's draw a line under facts here, and we'll now move to speculation, because this was an info dump on me that I can't even work my way through, but multiple people have dumped this info on me. Apparently, the person who is above Tayfan also created the game engine Meta Engine. Yes, that kind of meta. Crypto, NFTs, blockchain, Web3. You fucking jam it all in together and just, yeah, that's what we've got. That engine was apparently, according to all these people, built on top of Hero Engine, which explains the whole reason that they're trying to fight for ownership of Hero Engine, because if they don't own Hero Engine, assuming that, they have illegally modified a game engine and resold it to other people. But my God, that is more of a rabbit hole, more of a rabbit hole than I'm even willing to dive down, because this is getting absurd. Every time I stop recording this video to edit and publish, there's more and more and more and more, and it just keeps coming. I don't doubt that there will be another follow-up from me on this, because this is getting ridiculous. I think this video, as it stands right now, covering just facts that I have, articles I have looked at and reported to you, the things that they have told me directly, and all these other screenshots of things they've said. I hope that's enough to kind of give you guys a perspective on what's happening here. This is some big corrupt thing. And as I say, well, I don't know if I mentioned this in the video because I've had to do separate recordings for this, but a representative of Gameforge has reached out to me, and I am now in touch with the PR sector of Gameforge, who are clarifying a lot of things to me. So there will be a follow-up to this. By the way, guys, the outro music from my videos going forward is now going to be from the creator of Gorilla Tag. He reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, Cal, I like your channel. I make music for Gorilla Tag. Do you want music?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I want music." So, yeah, his info is going to be in the description. He makes fantastic music. And as always, ladies and gents, thank you so much for your support, especially the patrons. You guys absolutely rock. You are my fallback when things like this happen, where my videos get taken down and I'm basically unable to post anything on the matter until it's resolved, as it now is. And by the way, the video, I'm not even sure what happened here. So I filed a counter-strike, and then YouTube didn't even get around to looking at the counter-strike. They just reinstated my video because they then manually looked at it and were like, "Oh, wow, yeah, no, this is fishy. It's back now." So you can go and watch that video on my channel. It's back now. And as always, ladies and gents, until next time, take care.